at present time, how long astronauts are capable of living in space at one time?
Right now, I think they're only staying about 6 months, but depending on the government, maybe longer.
And how long are you planning for your visitors to stay in space for your hotels?
With the artificial gravity, we can stay forever. If you pay for a week, you can stay for a week. And if you pay for a month as a guest, you can stay for a month. If we pass the moon on an away mission, then you stay forever and your kids take over when you die.
What type of foods are you going to provide? Anything in particular? Is it space food?
As hotels, it'll be whatever you want to eat. If you want to eat lobster in space, so be it. On an away mission, it's whatever we can grow in the gardens, and the plants will all have to be eaten full. So mostly vegetables and plants like that we'll take.
Will you have tourist attractions such as activities outside of the spaceship, like floating in outer space, things like that?
We don't offer it. All our activities are within the spaceship for protection from space junk and from radiation and stuff. But if you come up and you have your insurance paid up and you have your own little ship that you can fly around in, that's up to you. Hope you bring it. We're thinking about having a docking bay for people like that.
What about medical facilities? If somebody has an emergency, needs surgery?
We are going to build and design into the staff units pharmaceutical equipment for taking care of things like that. And then the next down trip will take passengers.
What will the people do when they're visiting your hotels in space?
Okay, that's a big question. We have the zero gravity section where they have sports, they have games, they have sleeping or zero gravity sex. They have the first floor where there's a bunch of restaurants. They have second floors where they're living accommodation, sleeping for the night, whatever. Third floor is just a low gravity place for more games and more sports. And then we have a heavier gravity section where you can do exercises where you're feeling heavy, really build up your bone and muscle, where the gardening section is. And all the walls we want to cover with iPad technology, so that you can walk up to any wall, open up an icon, look out the window, see what they're seeing in space through their telescopes, or communicate with people on Earth through the internet. Or it's probably more, but I can't think of them right now.
Trevor, how many space hotels are you planning to have up in space?
We want to mass produce them. It takes 6 launches to produce one. So if we get 100 launches, there's a bunch of spaceships. If we get 120 launches, lots.
Where did your idea for building a space hotel come from?
Well, back in 1988, I was in a conversation with her mother, Wanda Graham. And she said that she'd like a spaceship that her kids could take to the asteroid belt to mine and smelt while they watched the Earth. The conversation started off with things like the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs, nuclear fallout, global warming, and pollution on Earth. And if the Earth dies, let's watch it from afar. And the asteroid belt's a good place to mine and smelt. And that's where the idea came from originally.
So Trevor, what will be the cost of each one of these hotels?
Okay, the cost of each one totally depends. It's going to cost me about $7.5 billion to buy the property, build the roads, build the launch pad, factories, pay the taxes. But once we've got all that built, then how much it costs to actually build one rocket and put it up, I don't know. Once we do that, plus other people are paying for our services, so it's not going to cost a lot of money, should make some profit there. Once we got 6 of them in space, or 6 rockets, and we have one hotel, then we're making more profit to lift more rockets. So it's just the initial setup of the $7.5 billion that I need.
Trevor, I've been told your intention to pay for the launches will be done through cargo service satellites, supposedly 36 satellites lifted in 6 launches. Is that how it works?
Yes, we're going to try to lift 6 satellites per rocket to help share the costs. So instead of paying $20 million for one, we're going to charge $7 million for 6. We make a little more money, they save a lot of money. Works for everybody.
Will you be doing like test launches, and have you started to get approval for these loads to go into space?
When we make sales and we have money, then we can start doing all these things we have to be done. A lot of them can be done all on computers now with such close simulation. But until we make a sale, we're not going to start any.
Will these hotels take you anywhere in space?
Anywhere around our sun. I don't claim to be able to take you to another star. They are not starships, they can't take you to another star, but they are spaceships. They can take you as far as the asteroid belt, probably Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Uranus, I don't know, Pluto maybe, in our own space.
And supposedly you've been trading with people who are collaborating with you. You give them shares in your project.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Yes. Instead of giving you money, I give you part ownership of the hotel. If you do something worth $100 and there's $100 investments you've made, you can find it on my website under contributors, who contributed what and how much it's worth. And you become an owner either by giving me money or giving me information.
And when you get your first launch, will you be on it?
I don't know. It depends. If I can do it in 7 years, I hope so. But if I'm too old or dead, I could have a car accident tomorrow. I would like to be.
And if you get up to space, are you going to come back?
I don't want to.